utmost respect. Sharon Sanchez.
Good morning, NTH. I want to thank the senior class for choosing our organization, Alexandra's Helping Hands Foundation. It is an honor to be chosen, and I know Alex will be very, very, very happy. She loved Delaney and Haley very much. And just let y'all know about how it started. Initially, Alex was diagnosed when she was 2 with leukemia. It started with pains in her legs. Normal, you know, we had no idea that leg pain would end up being leukemia. And for 6 months, when she was 2, going into age 3, she was in the hospital every day. And I was able to work that first year at the hospital. My company was really kind to let me do that. But the second year, when she relapsed and had to get transplant, she was 4 by that time. And during the summer part, that's when she met Haley and Delaney. And when I had Alex, her being 2, I also had an infant. She was 3 months old at the time. Just to give you an idea of why this organization is so important. I had to give my baby, my infant daughter who I was breastfeeding, to family members to take care of because Alex was so sick. And it's a very hard choice when your kid is diagnosed with something and you can't make it go away, you can't take it away from them. If you've had any relative, adult or child, that has had cancer or even diabetes or anything that has to be managed on a consistent basis, chronic diseases, then you know how challenging it is. Even asthma, things like that. Those are chronic diseases. We don't just cover cancer, but I wanted to make it available to all childhood diseases because they're all in need. All of these families are going through a lot. As soon as once you're diagnosed, once your child is diagnosed, the first thing you feel is like it's a death sentence and you're terrified. And then you go through the process, but you're numb. You just don't even know what that's, you just don't know what to do. You don't know who to be mad at. But when we were in the hospital, I noticed that there were so many families, parents, either one or the other, that were there in every room. And they all were frustrated. If you're stuck in I guess like the smallest room, let's say your bedroom, but you're stuck in there. You cannot leave that room for 6 months. Imagine how that feels. And then when you're 2 or 5, when you are so energetic and so curious, and you're hooked up to tubes and you can't leave the room, imagine how that would feel. That's how it was for them. In addition to getting 25 medications a day, injections, blood transfusions, they had to be sedated a lot, at least once a month. She was sedated and they have to put a hole in her back to extract her bone, her spinal fluid, to see if the cancer was there, or check her bone marrow to see if it was still there or how much was in there. When these families are going through this, most of them are single parents. There are some that are not, but the majority of them are. And most single parents don't just have one kid. And unfortunately, it's usually the youngest one. Most of the kids, would you say, were under 5 or under 12? Yeah, there's very few that are like teenagers. I've probably seen 2 teenagers in the 3 years that I was at the hospital, but the majority of them are very, very young. And so these families are stuck. Most of them don't live in Dallas. We lived in Midlothian at the time, and then eventually moved to Fort Worth. So that's at least a 45-minute hike. The reason why I talked to the staff, I talked to the families to find out what they wanted, because the sitter service at the hospital is only for 1 hour. Well, for 1 hour, okay, if I live in Denton now, so that's an hour going, an hour coming. That's 2 sitters she's already seen. Kids under 5, you know, I thought about this a long time. I was like, because Alex was very angry with me. Why are you leaving me with all these people? And I thought about that, and I was like, you know, for when they're little, we tell them, don't talk to strangers, don't talk to strangers, don't talk to strangers. But then when they're put in that situation, everybody's a stranger. And so what she asked for was one person, or just a handful of people that she would know, that she would get to see on a regular basis. That was it. So I had Delaney, I had Haley, I had 1 or 2 other friends, and that was it the whole time. And she was much more agreeable. Alex she was advanced for her age. I mean, she would put the doctors out. She would put any sitters that was a man, she would put them out her room, say this is girls' room only. I mean, she was really was very vocal. She did not, I mean, it had to be somebody young that was playful. She didn't want old fogies. I mean, she was real, oh my God, she was really amazing. But I just wanted to let y'all know that the reason why this is so important is because a lot of times the families, especially if they're single, they have to leave their child alone in the hospital. Are they alone? The nurses go in, but they have 3 or 4 other patients. So if their babies is 2, they have them in the little crib thing, and the baby is screaming and screaming and screaming. I've witnessed this myself many times. And the parents are gone because they have to work. If they don't work, they don't have that insurance. And guess what? Cancer therapy is extremely expensive. So what you guys are doing is so phenomenal, because we're able to, every family, all the 6 families that we've taken care of thus far, I cannot tell you, the first kid that I had told me that I was an angel, because his mom hadn't worked in months. She was about to lose her house. And I was able to, by us going in and sitting, she was able to find work, get her bills caught back up, and get her other daughter back in school so that she wouldn't get in trouble for having her out for truancy and all that. So it is vitally important, and I know I'm rambling, and I'm sorry, I'm nervous, but I just really want y'all to understand that you're helping keep a family together. Every family that your money goes to is helping that family stay together, because if they're able to work, or if that woman is able to spend time with her other kids aren't going to get in trouble as much as they would if they were left alone, or with neighbors, or whatever the situation may be. So I will make sure that as much as I can, I will come and participate in whatever events that y'all have. I'll post it on our website, I'll post it on Facebook. Take as many pictures as you have. We want to post it all over the place and let others know what a wonderful thing you all are doing in helping us. And I'll take questions if y'all have any.